Hi guys, I think I am live now. I hope I am. So I am Frescia Malone and we are doing a square setup for your pre-sales. So let me know if you can see me. Write something so I know I'm in the right place. I'm trying to get into the website also on my computer and see if I can see it. I see there's one person there. Let me see. How do I see the comments? Can you say something? Can somebody say something? And then it's funny because I've done this. This is my third time doing a live, and I am still as lost as the first time. So if I see somebody saying something, let me see. Oh, there we go. Cindy. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Oh, yay. Okay. Hi, Trish. I'm glad. Then I am live, so that's good. So while we wait for some people to join us, why don't you guys tell me where you're from and if you do have a square? Do you guys use a square, or are you using something else at the moment, or do you want to use a square? Central Texas. I've used a square for years. Okay, good. So if I need any help, there is Cindy, because I've had a terrible connection all day long. I could not prepare my, I was ready to look over my square settings and do a little practice run to make sure I got everything ready for you guys, and I had my paper and my pencil and I was gonna take notes, and my internet just did not want to cooperate with me. Okay, currently using a square. I love square. It does need, it changes every so often, and it's not something we use as often. Like, I don't use it every day, so every time I use it I have to refresh myself, like a little refresher course of how did you do this, or how did I have to upload different things. And the website itself changes the way they do their settings, so it's also, that doesn't help. But once you get a hold of it, it's really good. And I do my website through Square, and I've found that when you do the website through Square, you get help. You can get help from both Weebly and Square, but I noticed that Square has a better customer service. At least when I started, anytime I call, they answer. Anytime I email, they answer. If they did not answer, they call me back. I mean, they were really good about customer service. Now, Square works with Weebly, and I've spoken to Weebly, and they've told me that the better way to go, if you have a Square, is to go through Square. So that's what I've always done, and I'm happy with it. So I think any website, if I decide someday to change, I'll have the same problems, or the same, they all have their issues. So I'm happy with Square, and it's not that expensive. And if you want to you can have a website for free, or you can pay. I think I got so excited over my website that it used to be sweettreetherapy.squareup.com, so I pay so they can remove that Square app. So it's sweettreetherapy.com. So I love it, and I'm happy with it. So I think we can get started. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can watch my own video on on my laptop. Yep, there I am. So let me, okay. So let me start my little spiel. Even though I feel like you guys may already know me. Hi, Mary. How are you? Hi, Jessica. Hi again. Yes, thanks for this class. It's exactly what I'm needing. So I'm hoping I can be helpful. I'm in Arkansas, Tonya. Oh, how fun. I want to use it. I'm trying to work on the website. I thought I had it all ready for my back to school. Let me see. I can't see all of it. Oh, it won't show me all of it. Sorry. Tell us about your CookieCon speech. Oh, my CookieCon. That was fun. So hi, Frescia. Hi, Mary. So I'm gonna start. Since Heather is here, I feel like we're official and we can start now. So I am Frescia Malone, and many of you might already know me. I feel like, yes, Frescia again. I thought it'll be nice to share a little bit of my square knowledge. It's not that vast, but a little bit, goes a long way, right? And there are different ways to do things within Square, so I'll just show you how I do it. But I mean, as you learn to use it, you'll figure out easier ways or better ways, and you'll be like, yeah, Frescia, that was way too long. Like my tags, everybody asked me for my Excel templates, and then came Belinda and showed us how to do tags in like a second. It used to take me hours to do my tags, but now I do every, thanks to Belinda Cooley. Anyway, I'm Frescia Malone. I own Sweet Treat Therapy, and I have been doing cookies as a business for 3 years. I'm an electrical engineer. I went to Auburn University, and I love engineering. I love math. I have very little imagination, so cookies was a completely new medium for me, and I love them. They're so fun. They're so addictive. But I don't know if as an engineer, when you're an engineer, it's funny because anything you do wrong or any quirk you have, they'll blame it on engineering. But I think it's just personality. That person is so weird, because there are a lot of us that are really weird. Oh, they're engineers. Oh, that makes sense now, but no. So you're a genius to save me some talent for, oh no, you're so sweet. No, I just could add and subtract, and you didn't need much English with numbers, so I did good in college. So I love organization. I like things as organized as I can. I like to be as organized as I can. So Square has helped me a lot to keep things in one place. I think I did a month ago, maybe. It was the how to do a custom order. That was very helpful, because now I just, instead of getting a text and a message and 100,000 messages, I just get it all in one. And I thought maybe adding I never learned, the reason why I use Square is because I never learned to do those Google Forms. So I'm not that big of a genius. I just never figure out those Google Forms. And my friends kept telling me that some of the customers, every time they open the Google form, it will ask them to create an account or Google Documents account, or I don't know. I don't even know what type of account. So I decided, I'm not going to deal with it. I'm just going to figure this out. And my friend Amy actually sent me a Google link on how to set up your pre-sales, or how to add your page for your custom order form. So I figured, I'll just, if I'm suffering this much for this, I'll just go ahead and do the rest. So I love that. It was so helpful. Oh, good. So unfortunately, my internet is really not working as well as I would like to, so I didn't prepare as well, but we'll go with it and see if we can answer you guys' questions and how I set up my pictures. I try to bake. I stayed till 3 in the morning trying to finish my cookies, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm just not gonna finish them. I'll use last year cookies. I have some samples in case I can show you how to upload the pictures using your laptop, or how to use your iPad or iPhone to upload your pictures to Square, not to your website. I think you need a laptop or a desktop to edit your website. So let me show you guys. We're gonna start from 0. I'm gonna turn you around and show you my laptop, and then we'll go from there, okay? If you have any questions, feel free to ask. How do I turn my screen? Okay, here it is. Okay, so sorry, crazy, but okay. So let's see if my iPad, I'm using my iPad because it has a bigger screen. So hopefully you'll be able to see. Oops, and I dropped it. So hopefully I was saying you'll be able to see better, but I don't know now. Let me twist you and turn you and try to figure out. I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'm rotating. Okay, maybe this will work better. And every so often, if somebody can say something, just because I think like, oh, maybe I'm talking to myself now. Let me see. Okay. So we're on the website. It says that the video has ended. Has it ended? Can you guys see me? Oh, okay. I see a little heart. So I don't know why it says it has ended, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna close this. So let me see. This is just my folder. So we're gonna start from nothing. I'm going to open my internet. I'm going to open a new page. So you guys can see. We're gonna start with a Square. I'm going to open a Square. So let me know if I'm going too fast, because it's really difficult, you know, to see the little cursor. So this is my Square website. When I open a Square app, this is the first thing I see. So I open my page, and then on the left side, I'm just gonna move my computer instead of moving my, I come to the 3 lines by the invoices, and then I have different settings and reports I can look at. And what I do to look at my website, I go to online, and this is for editing. So instead of hitting online, I like to open it in a different tab, because you're gonna have to go back and forth between Square, between the online settings, which is like your website. And let me know if this is clear, if there's something you don't understand, or I may not be pronouncing it correctly, which happens sometimes. And, you know, I would not be offended by that, you know. So this is my online settings, and I can edit my website here, and I can edit the items, my orders, all my settings for my Square and my website. Have you guys been here before? Those of you that have the Square. So in a separate page, because I like to have separate pages for everything, I'm gonna open my website. If you have a computer, you're welcome to go to the website and look at it, or if you wanna edit something on your own website, you're welcome to do that. So this is my website, and it'll be different if you ever go back and look at it, it'll be different, because I just like to play around with it and see what I like best. If you feel like your website is too big, I have a Mac, so I can press Command and minus, and it will make it smaller. So let's make it a little bigger. So this is my website, and you can choose what you want on your page and what you want. So in mine, I just remove my orders because right now I'm not taking any orders. And I just have a set of pictures and my Instagram. So if people want to follow me or check it out, then you have all your different options. I have, okay, so this is my personal website. And I open it because every time we change something, I want you guys to see how it changes. So let's go back to Square. So I open my online tab in a different page because we're gonna need both pages. So now this one changes my items. I can change my items, my categories, my coupons. I can change my settings, but I can also edit my website. So when I wanna edit my website, I like to do it in a separate page. Instead of going back and forth within the same page, I like to do it in a separate page. So I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna say edit site, but I'm gonna open it in another page because when I add all my items, I'm actually gonna need my Square page, the main one. Then I'm going to need to edit my site. If you see here, very hard to see on your laptop. Is this better, Nancy? Oh, I love your name, Nancy Drew. Is this better? Just drop all the water on my face. Okay, sorry. Okay, so let me go back. The reason, oh yeah, good. So this is my Square, my main Square site, and I come to the 3 lines and it shows you the different, let me get my app open, the different options you have. And when you come down to look at the different options you have below, there is the online. Online will change your items online, and it will change, it will let you edit your website. So I always open 2 of these. So I'm gonna close it. I always have my website open so I can see what changes, if my changes are working, so I don't go back and forth. And I always open 2 of the online options, and that's personal choice, you know, because I'm going to need to edit. When I come to the first one, it just shows me an overview of all the different things I can do. Oh, and it's mad, it's slow now. Okay, so this is my website. So I can edit my website here, and I can edit my items, my fulfillment, my reports, my marketing. I have my settings here, and these settings are for my pickup orders. I do my settings like, hey, you know, you need to come to my house. This is my address. This is the way I want it done. So I have 2 of these open because in one of them, I'm gonna edit my items. Wherever items I add for my pre-sale are gonna be here. And any changes I wanna do to my website, I'm gonna do them here in this one, in this tab. So I have 3 tabs open. I'm sorry if I repeat myself too much, but sometimes I wanna make sure it's clear. So what you see here is my website, and this is how I edit my website. And on the next page, I have my website open so I can check my changes. So let's get started because we're 20 minutes in. So I imagine I have Thanksgiving. I separated some Thanksgiving cookies and some Christmas cookies. I didn't think about Halloween. So I'm going to upload in my website the cookies I want. Could you repeat where? I'm sorry. Could you repeat where we go to edit the pre-sale options? Yes, we're about to do that. So to put, this is my shop cookies, shop all. I have nothing right now, which is like your website should have nothing. And shop all is an option that comes automatically within the website, within Square. So right now we've done nothing about the pre-sale and we're about to start, okay? So for my pre-sale, I'm going to load my pictures. Once you take your pictures, you load them into your computer or your phone. If you're loading your pictures on your phone, you can use your phone to load up pictures onto Square. You just have to download I'm gonna show you my phone. You just have to, this is my Square. I rarely use my phone. I usually use my iPad, but you can say, this is my phone, and I can upload the pictures to Square through the options. It's called items, which I don't see. Orders, invoices, reports, balance, teams, settings, items. So what you do here is, like, you say all items, you just create an item. You can take a picture directly and it will load it onto Square, not onto the website, but onto Square. But today I'm going to show you how to do it on the laptop or desktop. So if I want to set up my pre-sale, I'm going to say, I'm going to list my items, and the items are listed in the main page of Square. So for example, I'm going to say create an item. I'm going to create an item. I don't know if you were able to see it. This card changes because the laptop. So when you open the page, the item section, it will say item library. And here is where you create an item. I'm going to create an item. And I'm going to say, I saved some pictures here. And I'm going to say cup of minis. Or, okay, I'm going to say cup of minis. That's what I call it, but you can call it anything you want. Cup of minis. And you have, it's funny because these will tie to your Facebook page. Cup of minis. I'm going to say 6 adorable vanilla cookies, mini cookies. So they come individually heat sealed. You can say whatever you want. Individually heat sealed. This is what the customer will see on your website. Sealed in a cup. Then the location is my location, which you should have already set up. And then I do pay taxes, so I set up my taxes. And then I'm going to add a picture. Oh, that wasn't it. I'm going to add a picture. Okay, first, let me show you how it works. Oh, edit. I'm going to add a cup of minis. I think. Downloads, Square, Thanksgiving, cup of minis. There we go. So I'm gonna say that's done. And I don't add the variations here because for some reason the variations that I may add here will not be added to my website. So I just save it and my item has been created. And there it is. I can't see my screen because of all the comments. How? Okay. So my item has been created, and let's create a couple more. Let's say happy turkey. I have a happy turkey box. Happy turkeys. So I'm gonna say, because that one will have a variation. Happy turkeys, but cute 3-piece turkey. I'm just gonna be very quick so we don't have to spend time on what am the description. Happy turkeys. Okay, so I'm gonna say done. Okay, there it is, and I'm gonna save it. Let's add a couple more. I'm just gonna be pretty quick. I'm gonna add an image. Happy turkey, personalized plaque. Okay, let's do that. That will be good so you guys can see how to add when you have a personalized item. Personalized. I wanna seem like I'm yelling. Personalized pumpkin. Whole card name place. Large pumpkin with personal option. Okay, and I'm gonna save it. So I have added 3 items, and I'm gonna go to my website. And when I refresh the shop all, okay, it takes a minute, but we should be able to see them on the website. It automatically adds it to the website. So this is the main square. When you come to the editing, the website and the items, you need to come to items. So let me see. So we were in the main square, and now we're gonna go to items on the online option, on the online editing. So when you come to items, which is the overview website items, you go to site items, and you will be able to see the items you entered, but you will not be able to see the pictures. The pictures that you uploaded, they will come when somebody places an order and it comes to your email. That's the picture you will see. But right now in your website, this is what you see, no picture. So if we go to the website again, sometimes it takes a minute to load. I am surprised that I can't see it. I was playing with it earlier and my internet stopped working, so I wonder if I changed something. But okay, once you have your items, you have to come here and click on each item. Oh, you know what? They're click and available. Okay, when you come to each items that you have uploaded, you will be able to see if they're available or not. So I'm gonna go to the first item, which was cup of minis, and then you have the option to add pictures and say how you want it to add more to the description of your item. So I'm gonna drag a picture to make sure I know what I'm looking at. Square Thanksgiving cup of minis. So all I have to do here is just drag a picture. And you can add multiple pictures, which I like, because sometimes I will add, I don't have them right now, but I will add a picture of a cute picture, and then I will add a picture of the packaging. Sometimes I don't, because I don't know how I'm gonna package it, and I don't wanna be pressed into packaging it a certain way. So I can say that this item, I come to here and I can set the price of my item, and let's say we're gonna say, I think last year I did $14. you have the option to do a sale price. You can change your description, but whatever you wrote on the square side, it will come here. You can say that you want it visible. Want to style your description with bold? No. So it's not letting me, it's not fulfillable in any at your locations. To fix this, make sure you have enabled pickup for your locations. Well, all my items are pickup, a fulfillment. So pickup, use default location. Okay. So let me, I'm not sure what's going on. Okay. So I'm gonna say how much I have in stock. You can fill out the different options and add variations. I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna go back to my square. So I added the cup of minis. I can add a category. You can create a category in, when you come to the items, you're in the item library and you can create a category here. And these are categories I've had that I've created. All you do is just create a category, and we're gonna call it Thanksgiving 2021, and I'm gonna save it. So when I come to my items, I can assign them to a category. Item library. So I'm gonna select my cup of minis. And I'm going to say my description, my unit per item, my price is gonna be, okay, I'm gonna say it's $12 or 14, I think I said on the other one, but you can, you know, I'm just throwing any numbers and I wanna check how many I have in stock. Let's say you wanna do tracking because you wanna tell people, you don't want people to randomly start ordering. If you do not put an item, a tracking number, you know, people could order 100. So I'm gonna say of the cup of minis, I'm going to select the reason, and that's what I received or what I'm planning to make. And I'm gonna say I have 20 cups. That means 20 cups of 6 cookies. You can set an alert and say when you want a Square to send you an email, like, oh, I have only 3 left. I need to know when people are I just have 3 cups left. Or I do sometimes and I don't. I just go back and forth because during holiday season I check so much that I don't use the low stock alert as often, but you can. It's very helpful. So I have modifiers sets about pickup dates and pickup, what day you want to pick up things, when you need a phrase. But I've noticed I go back and forth. Sometimes I do my modifiers here and sometimes I do my modifiers in the next page. So I'm gonna say it's done. I'm gonna save it. Maybe I didn't save it earlier because I don't understand how it didn't. So I come to the corner and press save. You try to save an outdated version of this object. Please refresh the page and try again. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's doing this. And I don't know if it's because of my internet not working well or what. Okay, so cup of minis, let me make sure. You can put an SKU number, but I don't. So I'm gonna save it. Okay, successfully saved. So it comes here, it tells you, oh, I thought I added a category. We're gonna go back in. You look at the item. I'm gonna add the category that I just created, which was Thanksgiving 2021. and I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna do the same with the turkeys, with the happy turkeys. Now this one is gonna be tricky because I have 3 different turkeys. So I'm gonna have 3 different options. So when I come here, I'm not sure if you guys can see. Since I have 3 different options, I have a question. Oh, sorry. If we have 2 pickup locations or 2 pickup dates, do we put that in the modifier or variation? Yes. Yes. The only thing is, like, sometimes I have done the modifier in the main square and it has not translated into the site. So now I just do it in the site. And I'll show you how. So these are my turkeys. I have 3 turkeys. And I'm going to, let me show you the turkeys. Happy turkey, yeah. So I have a boy turkey. Oh, that's the same. A girl turkey and a nerdy turkey. So this was from last year. And let me see. So I'm gonna have 3 options, but we'll just do 2, but it's the exact same thing. So I'm gonna say, I go below my item, and I'm going to say I have a variation. And let me know if you can not see well, or if you can see well. So this is where my item is added, and we're gonna say, for my turkeys is 3 pieces. So I'm gonna say each one is $15, and then I want to track them, and I'm gonna say I need to know how many I'm selling. Let's say I'm gonna sell 10 of each, and you can decide later how many you want to sell. So let's say I'm doing 10. So I'm going to add a variation, and you come here and you add the variation. The variation name is gonna be girly turkey. And I'm gonna say the same, how many per item is gonna be 15. And I'm gonna create another variation. Here is where you create your next variation if you need it. So far I have 2. If I say done, that means I have 2 variations. I don't know if you guys can see. Can you see well? Because I'm looking at the on my iPad, and it doesn't look like the image is clear. Okay. So I have added a second variation to my turkeys. So I didn't put how many I have in stock. I forgot. Can't see the screen. That's better. Yeah, it's the angle, I think. So I'm gonna change the angle of the screen. Okay. So you have to remember to add how many of each you will have. Otherwise, you're telling people there is no limit. So I'm gonna say 10. And then if you want to add another variation, which I said I wouldn't, but I will, so you guys can see. You got the variation name, which is gonna be nerdy turkey. And then I'm gonna say 15, done. And then I'm gonna set up my tracking, stock receive, and I'm gonna say I have 10. If you later decide, like let's say these are not selling as well, or you wanna add more, because they're selling so well and there's another item that may not be selling as well and you want to change the numbers, you just come here after you save it and just, you can say, you cannot directly change it. Like let's say I want 20. It adds 20 to what you already have. So you will have 30. So I just do a stock recount and I'll say, okay, now I wanna do 12, no, or I wanna do 7, you know, maybe I just wanna do less and it will change the stock number. So you can go up or down, however you want to. So this is done. And you can adjust the inventory of all 3 of them. So edit the stock tracking. It just sends you an email. I don't do the modifiers here, even though you could, because sometimes in my case, and it could be just like any other software, any program, you will always have issues that something may not work at the right time. Could be the internet. So I just choose to save it. I save it, and then I come to my site. Okay, first before, so here, this is my square. I'm gonna call them a square site, my online site, my website. So here you can see that I have 30 because 10 per turkey. I have 3 different variations. In this one, which is the cup of minis, I guess I didn't put my stock number, so I need to add it. That's very important. Otherwise, you know, you'll be crying. Let's say I want to make 20 cups of minis. So if you notice, even though I wrote it on the online item section, it will not move it to a square. You have to do it in a square to be able to see it. Save. So I'm gonna do my personalized pumpkin because you need to see how to modify the personalization. So I'm gonna say this is gonna be $8, and I'm gonna add I'm gonna do receive 30 people love their names on cookies. I don't have a variation, I just have a name. So I'm not gonna do it here just yet. I'm just gonna save it. And then you have how many cookies you have, and I forgot to add it to the category, which I'm sorry. So turkeys, Thanksgiving 2021, save. It just helps you to be organized when you want to edit them. But even though I created a category on a square, it will not translate into my website. It does not create a category automatically on my website. Can't see the screen. Can you see it better now? That's better. Or maybe that was from before. I'm trying to see what's the better angle. Like I said, I'm using my iPad, so it's a little heavier than what my phone would be if I had. So let me see. And it's a little difficult to type because I have the iPad in my face, so you guys can see. So, okay. So I created my items. And this was on my main square. Now I'm going to my online square. And it, as you can tell, I'm gonna refresh it. It's thinking very slowly. So I'm refreshing it. So it brought up my price. Anything you write information wise, it'll bring. But your pictures are still not here. And let me see on my website. I should do that. For some reason, it's not bring. It usually brings my automatically to my website, but today, of course, because you guys are watching and I'm teaching a class, is not. I did a hidden page earlier today, so I wonder if I changed something, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do is I have to add the pictures. So here, this is my happy turkeys. Okay, it's not bringing the picture because it's unavailable. It's set as unavailable in my online store. So, okay. We're gonna say it's visible. We're gonna drag the images. So this is the happy turkeys. So I want the turkey boy. I want my happy turkeys. I want the turkey boy, the turkey girl, and the nerdy turkey, and the picture of all 3 turkeys. So it's uploading my pictures. And the very first picture is what they will see on your website. So what I want is to drag the 3 turkeys first. So you can select for it to be visible, hidden, and unavailable. And I was like, somebody asked the other day on the group how to do a hidden page. So I was working on that, but my computer just went completely dead and the internet wouldn't work. So I was having a lot of trouble, and that's why I thought maybe I changed a setting where you couldn't see it. So I'm gonna save it for now. If you come down the options, you will see different options like your default location. How long does it take to prepare orders? We'll get to that in a minute because that's very important. Okay, so I have my different options here. If you want to put your turkeys on sale, you can do that, and you'll be surprised when I've had items left over. I will do a sale on my website and people will still buy it after the holidays. I guess it's that sense of fun to do a sale. So I can add my modifiers here. So let me save it before I do it, because I like to, let's save one thing and look at it, and then let's add another thing before we. So it's saved, and for some reason my iPad was falling out of the holder. So setup complete for this item. The store is up and running because I changed my item from unavailable to available. Got it. So when I come to my website, now you should see that item. So there it is. This is my website. So if I come, this is how I edit the website. This is, okay, if I come here to personalize pumpkin name and place, and I say it's available, visible, and save it, it usually is automatically visible. This is the first time they've come out unavailable. You'll see it here, but you will not see the picture. So I'm going to add a name, personalize pumpkin. Okay. So I'll upload these two. And I want this one to be here. So it's visible, pick up. I have 30 in stock. So you will see it. Now if I go to my website, you will see both of them. So this is what you will see on the website. Personalized, pumpkin place, in-store pickup. I'm gonna remove this because I don't want my address on the website. You can do that. Large pumpkin, and here's the description what you wrote. So I'm gonna show you how to add the options for the name. So the same with the turkey. When I go here, I think this is gonna be like a 2 session because it does take a while to go over all of this. So you can select, I put my options like the girly turkey, the nerdy turkey, and it says regular, which means I need to change it to boy turkey. I forgot to do it. So you can pick which turkey you want. Let's say you want a regular, and then the option of having multiple pictures is that the customer can see the picture of the turkeys and then they can select which turkey they like better. I will also add a phrase that will say, you know, pick your phrase, like do you want a customized name, or do you want a happy Thanksgiving, or do you want to eat the ham, you know. So I have to come back here. So it's a lot of back and forth. So I'm coming back here. And in my happy turkeys, I need to say speak up. The delivery method, I need to come here to regular and change it to boy turkey. And then I'm gonna add a modifier. And I have done this before, so I have some saved, like the skin tone. I have asked people to choose what tone they want of skin, and also a text box. Pick up your elf. You can pick up date. For example, there is a pickup date, but we'll create a new one so you guys can see. Like, let's pretend there's nothing here. So I'm gonna create a modifier. So I wanna tell people when to pick it up. So it says create. Can you see well? Okay, I'm gonna say create an item, new modifier. And I'm gonna say type in text. You have the choice to pick from a list. So I'm gonna say pick phrase. Pick phrase. And of course, I'm sorry guys, my internet is just not working well, so it's not typing. You can say a text box setting, and that may be, let me try that because it's not wanting to work. So personalize phrase, I guess. You have how many characters can you have? I'm sorry. Instead of moving the iPad, I'm gonna move this because. So when you create a modifier, you can say, you can do a text box label. So you can say personalize, add name, or anything you would like, and you can say this is required. So people don't purchase it and you're like asking, oh, what name did you want on the turkey? So I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna mark it. If I want a pickup date, I can do, I already have mine, so I can edit it or I can create another one. So so I'm gonna come to create modifier and I'm gonna say type in text into a box. Select from a list. Okay. So you're checking, oh, okay, you're checking your options. So I want to select from a date. Name your checklist. Thanksgiving pickup. And I'm going to say my first choice is going to be November the 10th. I'm just making up a date. November 10th. And it's not going to cost you any additional to come on November the 10th. So, and I'm going to add choices. Location. Done. That's one. So you press done. And then I'm going to say November 20th. 9 to 4 p.m. I don't know if there's a specific time. 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Or you can set, like I say, I'm just, and in November the 10th, it's gonna be 4 to 6 p.m. 4 p.m. You have to be very specific, right? 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And it's not gonna be any additional. And I'm gonna say done and done. And I'm gonna save it. And then I'm gonna say, you know, you create as many variations as you want. And once you have them, you can just come and edit them. I could have just come and edit one of these and just change the dates. So I'm gonna say I'm done. Got it. So I'm gonna done and save. So as you do everything, my advice is go look at your website. I'm gonna come to my website and I'm gonna, this is how it originally looked. This is my happy turkey. You can choose, it was regular, girly, or boy. You can see the store pickup, which I need to change. And I'm gonna refresh the page and then we'll see if it changed. So now, when you look at it again, it's gonna say boy turkey, girl turkey, nerdy turkey, and personalize, add a name. So I'm gonna say, okay, I want the name to say monkey. Let's put a real name, Preston. That's my son's name, Preston. Okay, now you have to pick up which day you want to pick up. I'm gonna say I'm gonna pick up on the November the 20th, and I'm gonna add it to my cart. And then you can see that one turkey costs so much, the taxes, and you can add a tip if you want to, or you can add a coupon code. If you do have a coupon code, you can, like if you have a private page, you can give people a coupon code on the first day. And that's it. And that's really, I'm gonna remove it because it's on my cart. So let's pretend we're gonna check out. Somebody's shopping and they're gonna check out. So it's just all the information from any other website that uses, you know, you just have your credit card. You can save your information if you're shopping and for a faster checkout in the future. And then people can place their order. So I'm gonna remove it from my cart. But that is it. And then you can add as many options as you want. And you do the same. When you come here to the name, you know, it just says there's not another option. So what you do is you come to the online store, and now that you have your category, your dates is gonna be here. Those modifiers, once you create a modifier, oh, you're welcome. And I do think it may need to be a 2-night thing because it just keeps going and going. When you add your modifiers, you come here, you go below the options, and it will say add a modifier in your variations. No, modifier. And then you already have your variations or your modifiers for Thanksgiving pickup date and personalize. I'm not sure if you can see it. So you have the date, the personalization. So you don't need to create it every time, and just go back to done. I'm gonna move the laptop. Done and save. And when you come to you, and that's it. And then when you come to your website and you refresh it, let me refresh it really quick. Then you will see the date options and the name option. Is there a way to set it up for time for it? Okay, is there a way to set it for a time for it to publish, or do we have to go in and publish ourselves at a specific time? What you can do is, like, with time, like, you know, it takes me, because I wait till the last minute, all day long. Like, I give myself all day to just do the website. So what I do, I don't think there is a set it this day. What you do is, like, let's say you have 25 items here. You don't want to go one by one. So what you do is you come here and click on the name. First, these are all Thanksgiving. You click on the name and all of them will be highlighted. And then you do a bulk edit. And you can say that they can all be marked as visible. You can remove them all from the cell. You can mark them as hidden. Like if I mark them as unavailable, I just did that. I just mark all of them as unavailable. So when you come to the shop cookies, there's nothing. So you can do it with time. You can start even right now, even if you don't have your pictures, but you know what you're selling, you can start filling up the items. So they're all right now unavailable. So I come here and I click on the name and it highlights all of them. If you have multiple categories, you can search just for a specific category. Can you give info on pickup address? You say you can take that off, I think. I don't have a storefront and work full time. See more. It won't let me see the rest of the question for some reason. Oh, okay, full time. So I worry people will show up randomly. No, you can set up specific times, like 4 to 6. They cannot come unless it's the time you select. So let me bulk edit. Let me mark it again as available so you can see it as available. Mark as visible. So when you come to the website and you refresh it, yes, you can say the specific time you want them to pick it up. Can you give info on pickup address? You say you can take that info that off. Yes, that's the first time I see my address on the website, but every so often they'll change the settings and you can just go and modify things. So I need to refresh it and then I should be able to see my, is your work first and linked afterward? Is your website created first and linked afterwards? What do you mean by linked? I created my website before this page. Is that what you mean? Or do you mean the link up here, like for my main page, like this, my name, my domain? Nancy. Perfect. Thanks so much for answering my question. Yes. And also, if you have categories, when you come to your website here, you can add different categories to the site. So let's say I'm going to create another item. I'm going to create a Christmas item. It's funny because cancel. Yes. If you create an item on your online site, it will not create the item on a square. So it's like steps. First is a square. Number 1, a square. You add your items in a square. Then your items will appear here, and you can add the pictures of your items for your website. Okay, is your website created first and link afterwards to Square? Yes, I had a Square account. And every time I open it to look at my invoices, it said, do you want to create a website? So one of the times I said, sure, let's do it. And it literally took me step by step on how to set it up. So that's how I did it. To me, it was very easy because it was like, okay, go here. Now go create your domain name. And now go and open this page. So I tried, since I didn't know much about websites and I knew they did it with Weebly, I created an account with Weebly. But they advised me to do it through Square. Square advised me to do it through Square, and then I talked to Weebly, and Weebly advised me to do it through Square. So let me create an item for Christmas so you can have different categories. Oh, sorry, that's not it. So I'm going to create an item, and I'm going to say... create new item. Oh, sorry. Cancel. You have to go to Square, to direct Square to create items. item library, create an item. That's why I have all 3 tabs open, because I know I have to go back and forth between them. Me either, Nancy. It's just like having to try different things. And to be honest, you can Google everything. You can say, I want to add an item to Square. I want to sell one single item. And then, you know, you start with one item. So I'm going to add a picture, a Christmas picture. Downloads, a Square, Christmas. Let's add a set. Okay. These were something that we don't have to add. Let's Santa set of cookies. Santa set of 3 cookies. And I'm gonna say Christmas. It's gonna be my Christmas, 3 cookies, vanilla. Usually I will put there about my pickup and, you know, what flavor it is and how many cookies it come in the set and how it comes wrapped. It comes with a box and a tag. So, but because of the time, I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna say 18 or 20. I don't know. Let's put 18. Tracking, receive. Let's say we're gonna do 10 of these. We're gonna save it. And there's no variation, but now you know how to add a variation, so we don't have to worry about that. And save. So now, actually, you know, I have my Santa set of 3 cookies, and you should, like I said, for some reason, this is the first time. Usually they all come to life immediately when I add it to a Square, but this time they're not, which is fine. So I'm going to refresh. This is my online site, my online section, and it takes a minute sometimes. So I need to refresh. So sometimes it takes a minute to load, but it's always loading. Do you guys have any other questions? Well, it's taking a longer than a minute, but Santa set of 3 cookies is in my Christmas section. So let's say you have 50 items, 25 for Thanksgiving, 75 items, 25 for Halloween, and 25 for Christmas. So you come here. Oh, it's not in this one. That's what I always, it's in here, sorry. You can choose the category. Just make sure you put, okay, finally, here it is. So you have your category here. So you have your Santa now, and it's in a different category. So when you come to your website, you should be able to see it here, because they're all together. Even though they are in separate categories, the categories you do in Square do not translate in the, I look at it like a Square is the bookkeeping. So you're bookkeeping things and you're just adding item, but the way you want to look at it, it has to be done on the online section. So they're just giving you all the tools, and they're good. And it seems complicated because I'm going from, okay, you add it here, then you move here, then you move to the next page. It's not that hard. It's just complicated when you're not familiar with it. And to be honest, every time I use a Square, I have to refamiliarize myself with it. Do you accept phone orders with customer? No. Well, no, I do not speak to people on the phone, because every time I talk, I mean, I'll talk to people if I have to, but if I don't have to, I'd rather do it. I tell them that I prefer to do, I've even told them we can meet and have coffee, because some people want to meet for some reason. I'm like, happy, I'll meet you for coffee, but we need to do everything online, because I need a record of what we're talking about. Otherwise, I say, I don't mind if you tell me everything on the phone, but then we'll have to go back to the email and have it all on record. So if you add your picture, which, you know, like I say, it seems tedious, but it is not. It gets easy. Santa face, Santa, I think it was this one, upload. So I'm gonna say it's visible, it's for pickup. Now, if people make a purchase, the pickup and delivery prep time. So if I know it's not coming for a month, I have to say that. I have to say it's gonna take 6 weeks if I know it's not for 6 weeks ready. Otherwise, when people order it, it's gonna say it's ready. You can pick it up. I'm like, no, it's so many days. So you have to make sure and be aware of how many days this is available when you need to set up your dates. And then you add your variations if you have multiple, like skin color, or if you have you know, options, option 1, option 2, option 3, and then you can add your modifiers. Since you already saved them, they'll be there ready. I don't need a personalized phrase, so I just click it and save it. So the last thing I'm going to show you guys, because doing 1 and doing 50 is the exact same thing, right? The last thing I want to show you guys is when you come to your website, or I have added my items. So let's pretend I have my 50 items ready. I can add categories to the website. You can get organized. Even though I added categories on Square, they are not added on the online website. It may be challenging for older adults that don't have internet. You know, it's whatever works for people. Nancy, I'm not sure if you refer to you. For some reason, it's not letting me open. Yes, a lot of people want to talk on the phone and do credit card on the phone. And if that's what they want, I will do it, of course. You know, because you have to be understanding of who your customer is. And if I know it's an older person that does not want to use the internet or don't feel comfortable, I even have people dropping off checks. Some people are not comfortable giving their credit card, so they have to drop off a check. I just have it on my invoice that if you prefer to use check or cash, it has to be dropped within 48 hours. So if you add a category here, you can say, oh, you can copy existing categories. I've never seen that. That's the first time. So I'm gonna do Christmas and Thanksgiving 2021. So it says this is like it used to not have that. So this is new for me. So nice, I don't have to rewrite them. Copy categories. And they are there. Oh, how fun. So let's say, okay, that was new to me. Okay, let's say I want to add a category. I'm going to add a category and I'm going to call it sell. And I'm going to choose what items I want in the category. So I'm going to say the pumpkin is going to be on sale. And I'm going to save it. And my category image, I wish I had, I thought I meant to save a sell picture to add it. Enable order online. Permanent link. You can change your links and say sell. So it'll be sweetreetherapy.com/sell. So this will be my sell category. So I have one item. That means when I come here to my website, I'm gonna refresh it and I'm in the section of shop all. But guess what appeared here? my sale items, which is the pumpkin, my Christmas items, which is Santa, and whatever else I add, my Thanksgiving 2021. So that way, when people come and shop for cookies, they may just want to shop for a specific one. And you can actually add that to your menu. But I think that will be another thing. Like I can come to my website and say, this is my website and this is how I edit it. I can say add a category. And I don't know if it will add it in the front. So I can say my category is Christmas. Can I add both? I can only add one. So I'm gonna say save. And it's not, it's thinking, happy. Are you exiting? Yes, because it's not doing it. Let's say I wanna add my categories here to shop cookies. I just double click on my link. Oh, okay, it added the categories here. So you can see it in the front of the website. But I wanna add it to my menu. So I just go to navigation links. I don't know if you can see it. But whatever you want to edit on your website, you just click on it. So I'm going to click on my shop cookies, deleted item page, and I'm going to add a sub navigation link. So I'm going to say it's a standard page or a category page, and I'm going to say Christmas cookies. Category page, Christmas, name is gonna be Christmas cookies. Save. So when you do the drop menu, you'll see Christmas cookies in it. I wanna add my Thanksgiving cookies, so I'm gonna come to shop cookies and add a navigation link to it, and it gives you the option of what you want. And I'm gonna say I wanna add a category page because I already have those categories. And then I'm gonna call it Thanksgiving cookies. And then I'm gonna save it. Oh, Thanksgiving, sorry, cookies. And that's what people will look. So if you have Halloween, Thanksgiving, you can add Elf on the Shelf because a lot of people sell them in November, the Elf on the Shelf. So I'm gonna remove these. I don't want it. Got it. So I'm gonna go to home. Okay, you didn't add anything here. And I'm gonna publish it. Because right now, all you see in my shop cookies is shop all. So I'm editing my website. And when I refresh it, you can see the different categories I added. So when you click on it, it's just gonna take me to that specific category. It's not gonna show me everything. Because when I do my sales, my pre-sales, I may have 10 items for each. And you know, people don't want to see 20 different options. So I used to list, for example, I used to list one picture for my boy turkey. Like, let's go back. I used to have like 3 different pictures for the turkeys. And I noticed that people were not as willing to shop because it was so many options. It was just too headachy. Also, unlike this page, I usually like to have the exact same picture, like the exact same background. So it's not too busy. And right now it doesn't look as busy because there are only 3 pictures. But when you have 10 pictures, I like them to have a white background, but that's a personal choice. So I think that's it for today, guys. And you know, I will be happy. Contact me if you have any questions, because it is trial and error, and it is practicing. Sorry, my big old face. Okay. So it is a lot of trial and error. It is a lot of practicing. I know it just seems like overwhelming at first, but as you start using it, it just gets easier. And there are always challenges, because you know, even Square changes the way it does things. It used to be the options used to be different. So it's just getting used to it. But I think any website, you know, it'll have its challenges. So I hope this was helpful. It was very quick, and it is a lot of information. But if you guys have any questions, let's see. And you know, going back to the phone, yes, I'll take a phone call if I have to, but it's extremely rare. One time I actually had to meet with the lady in person. We had to meet, and you know, you play by ear and how comfortable you feel. So I met with a lady, and I had to sign a paper for the price and the cake. I was making a cake for a quinceañera, so it was my first time meeting somebody, but it was a friend of a friend, so I felt comfortable. And we were meeting at Barnes and Noble at a public place. It was fine. It was fine. And if I have somebody who I felt that really need to talk to me, I guess, you know, you just have a feeling that, yeah, I really need to talk to this person, or no, I don't. You know. What are the 1, 2, 3 steps of which order we need to input things? Okay, the first one is Square, the actual Square website, you know, where you have the options in Square. The second one is I'll open 2 tabs for online. And let me show you. Again. So the first one is, this is my main Square website, home, or invoices. When I open a Square, always the invoices come first. So this is what it looks like when I open. Actually, that's not what it looks like. It looks like this for some reason. I don't know if that's for everybody, but this is what it looks like when I open Square. So when I open my first one, I always have this page open in items. And I always open 2 pages. One for 2 online. It used to be separate, but now they're both in the online option. So I open 2 online options. And one I use to edit my items, whatever items I'm adding. Oh, try your request again. There's an error. The second one is items, my online items. So to me, Square is more like a bookkeeping. It adds your items, but it doesn't give you any bells and whistles. It just gives you the items. So you can modify how you want your items to look, what picture. Great life, Frescia. Is there any way we get a summary of all your pre-orders, or do you record these one by one as they come in? Oh, okay, yeah, let me show you that. So let me finish with this. So my second one is I play with my items in this side items on my second one, on my second tab. And my third tab is editing my website. And you can do it all in one page. The reason I open 3 tabs is because I want to make sure to go back and forth between them. So I don't go, oh, let me go back and let me go forward and let me go back. So I can just see anything I modify, I see it in the next page. and then I see it. If I want to modify it on my website, I play with it, but I just go back and forth between the three. It's just to help me get organized. Now, when you receive an order, you know, let me show you how to do a coupon, because we're gonna do something funny. So when you come to my second, where the items are, you have the coupon section. That will be great. Okay, great life, Frescia. Oh yeah, that would be great. The coupon code, you mean, Orla? So I'm gonna add a coupon because I'm gonna purchase something for 100% off, and we'll see what it looks like. So this is my main one. Number 1, Square dashboard. Number 2, online items. Number 3, online website. So I keep those open, and then I have my real website open. So because it's like anything I do, I want to see what it looks like. If you do 100 changes and then go and look at the website, you'll forget what changes you made. So I'm like a baby in that sense. You know, I do one change, I look at it. I do the next change, I look at it, you know. Okay, so let's say I purchased something, but I don't want to pay, so I'm going to give myself a 100% coupon. So in the items section, there is a section that says coupons. And I usually don't give coupons, but I took July off. Okay, I have all these coupons because I took July off. No, August off, and I didn't put it, I didn't announce it. You know, I thought I had announced it to my customers, so I didn't announce it. And I didn't reply to emails for like 3 weeks. I ignored people for 2 weeks, so I felt really rude. So I created all these coupons, and I said, hey, Orla, I am so sorry, I'm so late. Here is a 10%. I apologize for not replying to you sooner. I was on vacation. I took August off, and I thought I had put it on my reply, automated reply, and it wasn't there. So here is a 10% discount. I apologize, and you know, expires this time. And you can set up how many times you want it to be used. So let's create, so that's why I have all of this. This one I have for my friend, because my friend, this never ends, never expires, because she buys, she buys every month or twice a month, and she pays big bucks for her cookies. So, and you know, it's funny because she doesn't even use the coupon code, so I leave it there. But I'm thinking about changing it to 10%, even though she always buys so much. But anyway, sorry, I like to deviate. So I come to the top of the page, and I say add a coupon. So my coupon code is gonna be, I'm gonna call it Frescia 100. And I'm gonna say it's gonna be limited to 1 time. How many times can this coupon be redeemed? I'm gonna say 1 time. You can say 2 or 3 times, or whenever many times. And I'm gonna limit to 1 coupon per customer. So Frescia 100 can only use be used 1 single time. And then it's gonna start on the 23rd, and it's gonna end. You can decide when it ends, or you can say it never ends, never expires, like I did with my friend. But I'm gonna say ends today. Do I want to do a percentage code or an amount? I can say, okay, an amount, and I want it to be $50, you know, in all orders or specific categories. So I'm gonna say I want it to be 100% off in all orders. And like, for example, you can say in specific categories, and you can choose the categories. And that's very smart, because if you want to give a coupon for a custom order form, but it's not valid for a holiday sale, then you can do that. So, but I'm gonna say for everything 100%, and then I'm gonna save it. So I have Frescia 100. So let's see. Coupons. Are you sure you want to accept? Yes. I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna purchase, you know how many I had? 14 cups of minis. So, oh, sorry. I'm gonna say I want them all. I'm gonna buy them all. Since I'm got $280. That's so funny. So, oh, let's see. No, let's don't be so greedy. Maybe somebody tonight will wanna buy one. So I'm gonna check out and I'm gonna say apply coupon and I'm gonna say Frescia 100 and see what happens. Look, I got 100% off. Square track how many of each item you have to. So yes, like let's say I'm buying this. Let's say it's in my cart. I wonder if it keeps record of how many are in your cart. So let's look at the items. I had, oh, sorry, items, side items. I forgot the cup of minis. I had 20, so I still have 20. So I just purchased 5 of them, right? So I'm gonna pay, place order. Oh, okay, so let's see. Frescia Malone. So I have to, sorry about that, I have to fill up my information. Frescia Malone. Okay, so I wonder if I need to do my card since it's free. Okay, so I purchased my cup of minis and it says it's gonna order date, and then look, I get an email, view order. You see, I didn't change the time and it says your order will be ready for pickup at 10 a.m. But here's where I say no, porch pickup will be available, check website for pickup date. So I need to modify this. I forgot to change when it was like the time. So let's look at Square. When I come to Square, so I purchased already 5. If I go back to my orders or to my items, I should be able to see that instead of 20, I have now 15 because I just purchased, there you go. I just purchased 5. And when I come to Square, I should get a notice up here that says, sorry, let me refresh the page. Sometimes it needs a refresher. So this is my Square page and I should be able to come here. The little bell should tell me that I got a, you know, it takes a minute sometimes to update, but I should get here a notice that I got an order. It's not an invoice because they already paid for it. It's taking a little while. I'm on my live. Can you get the door? I have some friends coming. So, oh, that's Alexa. So it will be here and you can download it into a spreadsheet. I'm sorry it's not coming up, but you will get here an announcement that that you got an order, you know, and when it's due, what day they chose to pick up, the pickup date. That's the Square track. How many? Yes, I'm sorry, just 5 minutes. Okay, so every time you should so every time you open, when you get an order, you should get a message. It just, I think it's my internet, it's just taking a little bit to, yeah, you will get an email that somebody did purchase. they'll give you an email, and then when you go into Square, you know, you should get a notification in the little bell that says you have so many transactions, and you can mark them as ready or working on them. And I'll post a picture of it because I just don't, it's not coming up. And I did purchase my 5 cups, even though it was 100% off. I purchased my cups. So I'm sorry, I think it's the internet, it's just not uploading. So I hope this was helpful, guys. I know it took a long time, but these things are hard to explain through a small screen. But I hope if you don't have any questions, I think we're gonna call it. So let me wait a minute and see if you guys have any questions. I don't see any questions. Thank you so much for this live. You're welcome, and I'm so sorry about the internet. And you know, please reach out. My Instagram is Sweet Treat Therapy by Frescia, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to walk you through it. I love helping, and if I can help you, I'll be happy to. It does take a little time, and you know, sorry for the internet, and it is way longer than it was expected. I think it was supposed to be an hour, so sorry, twins. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys at CookieCon. I will be teaching Square. For those of you that are going, I'll be teaching Square and packaging. So thank you so much, guys. It was really fun, and I will save this live. Okay, bye guys.